Hi, this is Donald here, and this is my review of The Clouds by Aristophanes. I read the William Arrowsmith translation, which isn't a literal translation, but tries to translate the spirit of the text into more understandable jokes and dialogue. The Clouds is a comedic caricature of Socrates and the Sophists present in Athens during the time about the middle of the Peloponnesian War, which would be about 420 BC. The Socrates in the play is definitely fictional, and it really is a comedy. There is commentary and social commentary for sure, but it is really a comedy. It's even said that Socrates watched the play and had a blast and laughed at himself a lot. That being said, in Plato's The Apology, it's hinted that one of the reasons Socrates was condemned to death was because of this play. It just put him in a bad light. Even though it was funny, it put him in a bad light. Cloud is really Aristophanes' mocking of the sophists, or in other terms, a person who reasons with clever but fallacious arguments. People that try and talk themselves intellectually out of solid truth, real truth, if that makes sense. For example, Socrates and the other sophists and students all live in this strange home that's kind of like a kiln. It's kind of like this little furnace. And they believe that the higher you go up, the more reason or logical you get. So Socrates is always flying up in the sky in this like wicker basket, at least in his house. And he speaks down on people because he's more enlightened than the other humans. Eventually, the main characters of this play, who are just normal people albeit with some financial problems, and maybe they're not terribly smart, they end up reasoning their way out of paying debts that they really should pay, beating each other, including like beating the mother, and just completely leaving behind the time-honored Greek traditions of the day, which were discipline, decorum, and duty. Ultimately, the moral of the story is just because you can logically come to a conclusion doesn't mean it's right at all. Did I enjoy this book? I had mixed feelings. I think the more I read it, the more I would enjoy it. But the translation wasn't my favorite. It was kind of a little bit dated, I thought. So maybe at one day I'll try a more modern translation. Would I recommend this book? Now that's the big question. I would recommend this book, but I wouldn't expect it to be a mind-blowing experience or anything like that. It really is a comedy. And I think that if you read it more than once, you'll get more out of it. And maybe you can think about our society today and how it links to it. But that being said, it was just a fun, relatively easy read. And I wouldn't look at it much more than that, as well as a historical read. And that is my review of Aristophanes' The Clouds. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks.